You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, you know it's Monday, and there's no way in hell this channel was not going to do a New England Patriots video today. Another disaster, and even worse, sort of a further illustration of the massive personnel mess-ups that Bill Belichick has made coming into this season, and look no further than the fact that Jakobi Meyers laid a touchdown on the Patriots' asses yesterday as they got beat by the Raiders. Not really a great Raiders team either. That's even the scarier part. And you put on top of that the disastrous Davante Parker fingertip. He's calling it a fingertip. The ball was on my finger. No, man. The ball hit you in the palms. In the palms. You're supposed to be the number one wide receiver on this team. And you've got to wonder, is this guy a number one in the XFL? Are you a number one in the USFL? Probably. But in the NFL, in today's NFL, no, I don't think so. Because NFL wide receivers make the catch that you effed up. There's no other way around it. Okay, that's what they do. They catch those kind of passes. And when you consider the fact that Bill Belichick re-signed this guy, let's just start it right there. Oh, God. I mean, Patriot fans were seeing this drop when they closed their eyes last night to go to bed. And as you can imagine, the reaction from that has been furious. But this guy just points it out. Remember when the Patriots extended Davante Parker and we all thought it was to open up money for DeAndre Hopkins? Nope. He just extended the guy. And that was the drop that everybody will see on the same day that everybody got to witness this. Let's just look. This is going to be Jakobi Meyers catching a touchdown against the Patriots in the end zone. It's unimaginable. I mean, the horror. And Rob Gronkowski, and we'll get to this, he made some comments about Belichick that should probably scare the crap out of Patriots fans, but, you know, he believes Bill's staying, that Bill's not going nowhere, and why Bill should not have to go anywhere. And look, even if you say, well, Belichick can still coach his ass off, great. But the personnel moves are unimaginable. And, guys, I took this even a step further. So, Jakobi Meyers now has 30 receptions this year for 335 and 4 touchdowns. Belichick signed Juju, who didn't even play yesterday, 14 receptions and 86, no touchdowns. Davante Parker got extended, 13 receptions, 136, also no touchdowns. Jacoby's got 4 touchdowns. Guys, Jacoby's got 120 more yards than both of these guys freaking combined. I kid you not. 115 more yards for the season than 2 of the Patriots' supposed top receivers combined. He had 807 yards for the Patriots last year, by the way. Oh, and add on top of the fact, he's got 8 more catches. Basically a full game's worth of catches. And we'll get to the Patriots comments because they did make comments. Various members of the roster made comments after this disaster. Let's look at what Gronkowski said because, yikes, it's bad. Now, this was prior to the Raiders game yesterday, and I understand he's going to be loyal to Belichick because of the Super Bowls. By the way, he also said he's not coming out of retirement. Rob Gronkowski also thinks there's time for the Pats to rewrite the script. I would say it's way too early in the season to make a determination on what's going on. Gronkowski told Fox News Digital in a recent interview regarding the 1-4 Patriots. Obviously, there's a lot of noise, especially after the last 2 losses, but there's still 12 games to be played. You cannot base a season off of how it started on the first 5 games. Yeah, but what happens when you lose all them games at home to start the season? Not a great way to start. Yes, it's a rough start, but you got to see how they keep improving. You got to see how it continues. If it improves, great. He'll be there, I feel like. But if the domination of losing continues and getting dominated in and out of games, then I think there's going to be something to happen. It'll only be time to tell for the rest of the season, but I think it's too early to determine that. Gronk also said Belichick's resume has given him immunity in New England, quote, to a degree. Just hearing that's scary, though. It really is. Bill's one of the greatest coaches of all time, but very fortunate enough to be able to play under him for 9 years. I learned so much throughout my NFL career. I think he's one of the best coaches of all time. I think he's the best coach of all time. But I think he's the best coach of all time, up until about 2019, all right? And one could say, well, Brady left. Yeah, Brady did leave, and sure, that played a role. But I think Brady, number one, allowed Bill to build teams in a certain way where we know he didn't want to spend money on offensive talent when Brady was the quarterback, which is one of the reasons Brady wanted to leave and play somewhere else. We saw what happened. He got Evans, he got Godwin, he got Cameron Brate, won another Super Bowl in the first season with a team. If that illustration didn't tell Belichick all he needed to know about how today's NFL's got to be built, I don't know. I mean, this is a disaster, and his evaluation. Look, I heard the other day that they do not have an analytics department. Guys, I'm not one of these analytics guys. I don't. But there are certain things, in my opinion, I think analytics has done a disjustice to the field goal. Okay, I think a lot of times guys should take points these days, and because you see so many losses by 1, 2, and 3 points at the end of the season by teams that could have been won if they'd have simply kicked a field goal during the game. However, when it comes to player evaluation, why in the world would you not have a analytics department that can do things like break down quickness and speed? The fact that that's not happening is nuts. It's crazy. In today's NFL, when so many teams are just flat fast. I mean, every time Miami takes the field, it's a track meet all of a sudden. So this was the comments made after the game yesterday from the Patriots. Quote, definitely frustrating, Mac Jones said post-game, but we'll just have to watch it all and learn. Watch it with truthful eyes. That's all you can do, and it just wasn't clean enough across the board. There's penalties, all sorts of things we need to clean up. It's hard to win like that, and I'm definitely frustrated for sure. Yeah, how about getting the ball right outside the end zone, and then all of a sudden you have, 2 disastrous back-to-back penalties? I mean, you can't even say this Belichick team is fundamentally sound and disciplined, because they're not. You can't make those kind of penalties on a disciplined team. Obviously, it's disappointing, our record being what it is. Captain Jawan Bentley said, we'll reset. We're going to keep moving forward, mainly because that's what we do. We just have to move forward. We got to keep working, and that's all we can control. We're going to come back to work Tuesday and try to correct the ship, David Andrews added. That's the only thing I know to do, the only thing I'm going to allow myself to do. We got to keep pushing. I mean, adversity builds character, and I think we have great character to our room with all of our teammates and coaches. Ramondre Stevenson. And the one weapon they actually got, it's up to us to look at ourselves in the mirror, see who we are individually, what we're going to bring every day. That's Kendrick Bourne. Are we going to just quit, come to work just to work, or are we going to come to work to really work and put in effort? Well, I mean, that's the reaction, guys, but, is that going to hold true? Because I got to looking, and I got to change these screens back. Okay, I got to looking, and, the schedule doesn't get any easier. I mean, this very well can be a 1-7 team after 2 weeks from now. It's about to get tougher. Some of the wins were earlier in the year. Okay? And I think it's a lost season. It's going to get more disastrous. Now the drama comes with what happens with Bill Belichick. Will Robert Kraft actually fire him during the season? I don't think so. But after the season, we know it came out, that report, that Belichick does not have immunity like Rob Gronkowski is saying, just to chase Shula. That's not going to happen under Robert Kraft, I don't think. And I think the word is out. And, boy, his personnel decisions were very out in the open and into Patriots' faces yesterday. Patriot fans' faces yesterday. It's a disaster. This season is a disaster. Tell me what you think. What do? You've got tentacles of Belichick all over this coaching staff. Former players, I don't know. There's a lot of great history there. But from at least the personnel standpoint, the cupboard is empty. It is completely empty. And where was Malik Cunningham at yesterday? I pulled up the stats. By the way, Davante Parker, 1 catch. 1 GD catch? Really? Malik Cunningham, nowhere to be found in the statistics. What happened to, really making something happen with that guy? No, nothing? Okay. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.